medieval relics. Poof, basta. Now, let's go to where Vikings, pirates. Well, as I explained the last time on my stream, the word Viking was first used in the 8th century or the 7th century in Anglo-Saxon England in order to describe pirates in relation to piracy. Viking, the word Viking was from the start related to the activity of piracy. Now, Vikings were not only pirates, not at all. They were more like entrepreneurs, if you'd like. So they really enjoyed. While I'm doing that, I will get more longboats, join my forces, and I will attack London. So in order to attack London, I have to go through here, go up to the Thames, and I think that is supposed to be London. There is a castle, so that will not be able to be killed by my longboats, but I can destroy pretty much everything else with my longboats. Yep. Okay, I think I don't have any more pump space. So with that force, let's go to London, baby. So what we see usually is that when you have people, well, I can talk about the Romans, for example. The Romans, of course, they were based in Rome, but at some point, you know, they were commercing with the western part of Asia, and at first they had merchants over there. But then what happened is that in order to protect their economical interest, they would offer their military aid, because they had legions and everything, you know, the mighty legion of Rome. And so that's how gradually you have first merchants, then armies, and then people taking control of the land. And that's basically what happened with the Vikings. You have a three-step process of first people coming to a new country in order to commerce with the people over there. And then they see that since they are good warriors, you know, they have a very good warrior culture, the Vikings, that they could actually help here and there, but then they can also help themselves, basically. And then they take over. Avoid that castle! They help themselves. So it's like a multi-generational process more than, because what we generally think of the Vikings is that, you know, they just appeared from the middle of nowhere. They saw a monastery and they attacked it. No, but we have proof that they had previous contact with Anglo-Saxon Britain. So they knew the lay of the land, and sometimes they were hired during the Viking Age to help in different military ventures. Let's attack that little town. Look how the longboats actually shred those towers. That's funny. Now, of course, that kind of strategy, you know, to take over the land by first helping some of the people over there, well, helping, you know. When you have quibbling kingdoms or quibbling factions within a kingdom, then you can come in and pretty much take advantage of the situation. That's what the English did in the second half of the 100 Years' War. They really enjoyed they took profit from the civil war between the Burgundians and the Orleans, the Armagnac. So the Vikings were quite strong in order to take control of lands where you had quibbling factions. And so that's how they went from merchants to pirates to landowners and conquerors. It's a three-step process that we can see throughout history with other civilization. As I said, like for the Roman Empire. Well, my gameplay must not be very interesting. and I'm losing all my longboats before even getting to the city of London. Which city is that supposed to be? I don't know. Do you know? Who knows? Talking about merchants and piracy, so the Vikings will go very deep inland by going up the rivers. That's something I can show you. For example, in Southern Ireland, I was able to do that when I played the game. I went up the river and I destroyed a wonder that was over here. So, and that's something I really love about that map, is that it really allows you to go inland with rivers. That's something I could do if I go up the Thames, for example. I can go very far, all the way to there, and attack many cities. And that's a lot of fun on that map. You really feel like a Viking. But they were not attacking from their boats. They would go up the rivers with their boats. Then from that place, they would buy horses and move even forward, even further inland. That's why at some point, selling horses to Vikings was deemed as a capital offense. You could die.